Richard Hughes, the Reds' sporting director, has been the mastermind behind several decisions that have shaped the club's present and future. And interestingly, according to many analysts, his greatest masterstroke wasn't a blockbuster signing or a record-breaking sale, but rather a transfer that never actually happened. One of those quiet decisions that in the end changes everything. To understand the weight of this story, we need to go back a little in time. Liverpool were going through a complex transition. After Jurgen Klopp's departure, the team faced the challenge of rebuilding under new leadership. That's when Arne Slot arrived at Anfield, bringing with him a modern, disciplined and exciting footballing philosophy. And surprisingly, despite so many internal changes in management, in the squad and in the coaching staff, Slot achieved the unthinkable. He led the Reds to their 20th Premier League title, equaling Manchester United's historic record and cementing Liverpool as the most successful club in England. The achievement was monumental, but it also brought new responsibility, keeping the team competitive in an increasingly demanding league. And that's where Hughes' meticulous work comes in. During the summer transfer window, he seemed to be carefully laying the foundations for another successful campaign. Big names were considered, major investments were made, and the fans' expectations were sky high. After all, Liverpool always played to win, and Hughes knew he had to build a squad capable of fighting on all fronts. However, not everything went according to plan. Despite some notable signings, the team began the 2025 season with a few stumbles. By the November international break, Liverpool were already 8 points behind Arsenal, which naturally sparked doubts and criticism. The British press, as merciless as ever, began to question whether Hughes had really made the right moves. The pressure mounted with every match, and many started to point fingers at decisions made during the transfer window. But the truth was more complex than it seemed. Hughes couldn't be blamed for certain unexpected twists. The transfer of Mark Guéhi, for instance, had been practically sealed with Crystal Palace before being cancelled at the last minute, a blow that frustrated the entire board. And when Giovanni Leone, a young and promising centre-back, suffered a serious injury on his debut, Hughes was once again criticised for something completely beyond his control. These are the kinds of challenges that test not only a director's competence, but also their composure. And it was precisely that composure that kept him steady. Amid criticism, Hughes never lost sight of his purpose. He knew that building a title-winning side isn't just about big names, it's about long-term vision. And that's where his brilliance begins to show. While many focused on the transfers that didn't work out, few noticed how well he'd done with others. Hugo Ekitike, for example, was a bold gamble that proved increasingly rewarding. The French striker earned his place, won over the fans, and injected fresh energy into Liverpool's attack. But the real story, the one that's quietly earned him admiration among supporters, involves a very specific position: the goal. For years, Liverpool were blessed with Alisson Becker, one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and his outstanding deputy, Kevin Kelleher. The Irishman, loved by the fans, was more than just a backup. He became a symbol of trust, a cult hero, especially after his unforgettable performance in the 2022 Carabao Cup final, when he saved decisive penalties to win the trophy for the club. However, as often happens with talented players living in the shadow of an undisputed starter, Kelleher began to seek new challenges. He wanted to be the main man, and Brentford offered that chance. His departure was inevitable, and with it came a big question: who could possibly take his place? That's when Richard Hughes showed why he's regarded as one of the smartest directors in European football. Anticipating Kelleher's exit, he had already been working quietly behind the scenes. His target was bold: Georgi Mamardashvili, the young Georgian goalkeeper from Valencia, considered one of Europe's top prospects. At just 23 years old, Mamardashvili was already drawing attention for his imposing physique, lightning reflexes, and calmness under pressure. Hughes saw a unique opportunity and sealed the deal for £29 million, according to the BBC. A fee that sparked debate at the time, but now looks like a bargain. And the most remarkable part, he managed to convince the player to accept being Alisson's understudy, at least for a year or two. That required not just money, but a solid project, a vision for the future. Hughes knew that Alisson, though still a world-class keeper, was beginning to suffer more frequent injuries, and the club needed someone ready to take over when the time came. As always, time revealed who was right. With Alisson sidelined for much of the early season, Mamardashvili was called into action. And he did far more than simply cope, he shone. Miraculous saves, composure under pressure, dominance in the air, leadership at the back, and calm distribution with his feet, he became an instant standout. But the moment that truly made Mamardashvili's name echo through Anfield's corridors came against Manchester City. In a thrilling match, he saved a penalty from Erling Haaland, one of the deadliest strikers on the planet. The stadium erupted. The fans, in absolute euphoria, witnessed the rise of a new hero. It was as if Kelleher's spirit had found the perfect successor. According to Sky Sports, that save marked Mamardashvili's sixth penalty stop since the 2023-24 season, more than any other goalkeeper across Europe's top 5 leagues, a number that not only highlights his talent but also confirms that Hughes's investment was a true masterstroke. The Georgian didn't just fill the void left by Kelleher, he brought a new level of confidence and quality to the team. The impact of that transfer goes far beyond statistics. It represents the modern strategic mindset that Liverpool have adopted under Hughes's direction and Arne Slot's leadership. It's a philosophy built on planning, patience, and vision. Every move is made not only for the present, but for the years ahead, and Mamardashvili is the living embodiment of that mindset. While many clubs spend fortunes chasing instant solutions, Liverpool appear to be building a sustainable legacy, and Hughes understands that, in football, lasting success comes from smart decisions, not just flashy headlines. His ability to see what others don't, to anticipate what's coming, is what sets him apart. Today, Liverpool may still face ups and downs, but the future looks brighter than ever. With a young core, an innovative coach, and a management team working with vision and purpose, the Reds are planting the seeds for another golden era. And when we look back, it will be impossible not to recognize Richard Hughes's role in this process. Because in the end, the true genius isn't the one who makes the loudest noise in the market, it's the one who makes the right choices in silence. And by replacing a cult hero like Kelleher with a talent like Mamardashvili, Hughes not only preserved the club's proud tradition, he ensured that Liverpool continued to look to the future without losing the heart that makes them unique.